Hi, everybody. I'm Simon Taylor. I'm the president of Comtrade Software. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with all of you today. As probably the least technical person in the room, I will speak the least and let all of my fantastic engineers, architects, and product managers walk you through most of the products that we sell. But first, I want to talk to you a little bit about who we are at Comtrade Software. We are a software company that is focused on two areas: monitoring and backup. That is what we do very, very well. Comtrade Software began about 25 years ago, so we're not new. You may not have heard of us yet, but as I explain our story, I think you'll understand why. So about 25 years ago, much like many of the Silicon Valley tech stories you've heard of, there were a couple of guys who were working at HP and decided to set out on their own course. So they left and they set up a software engineering company, but this wasn't in Silicon Valley. This was in the country of Slovenia. So they left HP and they set up their own business, and they wanted to create and provide services and software engineering services to the infrastructure vendor market. And they began doing that 25 years ago. Fast forward to today, we have literally serviced thousands of companies in all different varieties of products and service offerings. But as we grew as a business, we wanted to move up the value chain. And to do that, we started looking at all of the infrastructure management services we'd provided over the last 25 years. And what we realized is that we had developed an extremely strong competency in two areas, and that's backup and monitoring. And by looking at that, we started to say to ourselves, okay, well, how do we migrate ourselves from being a software engineering company into a software company that actually sold enterprise software? And what we looked at is those two areas, backup and monitoring. And we saw that having built a number of different products with HP and with Microsoft and with a variety of different infrastructure vendors, the best thing for us to do was to start looking at how to build plugins into HP Operations Manager. So about 10 years ago, we started doing just that. We built end-user monitoring and infrastructure management plugins for HP Operations Manager. We did that for Citrix, we did that for Oracle Siebel, we did that for a wide variety of various different mission-critical products and applications. And we became a very strong player in the monitoring space for HP Operations Manager. But what we saw happening in the market was the rise of Microsoft System Center. And we started to leverage that same skill set that we had developed, and we started migrating and porting all of those products over to Microsoft System Center Operations Manager about 8 years ago. And that proved to be a very good move for us because it allowed us to really enter the Microsoft ecosystem. And those Microsoft management packs became what we believe are some of the most advanced and mission-critical management packs available on the marketplace. All of that work culminated in January of this year when Citrix acquired our management packs for all of those various different Citrix products. So over the last 5 years, we spent most of our time building those management packs provided end-user monitoring and infrastructure management for the entire Citrix product portfolio. And then in January of this year, those products were acquired by Citrix, but Citrix chose to outsource all of the ongoing development of those products back to Comtrade, because we truly are one of the best companies in the world when it comes to end-user monitoring and infrastructure management. So what we're going to be talking to you guys today about is all of the different monitoring products we offer today, and what our mission and our roadmap looks like going forward. And the areas we're going to focus on are going to be our Microsoft System Center Operations Manager management packs for Nutanix and for F5. And that's where most of our focus is. After the acquisition by Citrix, we looked at the marketplace. We said, what do we do very well? We do that infrastructure monitoring and management, and we do backup. And what companies could we do that for that we think are real visionaries in the market? And we believe that the hyper-converged industry, led by Nutanix, is one of the key places for us to focus. And so last month, we launched our first management pack for Nutanix. We're going to show you that management pack. We're going to talk about the benefits of that management pack. And then we're going to talk about F5 and what we've been doing with both F5 Big IQ and F5 Big IP. And our hope is that we can really have an engaging discussion here, guys, today, where we really discuss the pros and cons of monitoring in all different facets, where we look at the benefits of using a plug-in strategy with Microsoft System Center Operations Manager. And you guys hopefully will learn a little bit more about Comtrade, a little bit more about what makes us such a good monitoring provider, and why we've chosen Nutanix and F5 specifically to target in the monitoring world. So I hope you guys enjoyed the session today. I thank you very much for joining us, and we really appreciate you guys being here.
Mind if I just jump in and ask on the company side?
Sure.
Is your go-to-market strategy to be a brand name called Comtrade selling SCOM management packs, or to be the underlying software development for Citrix's own SCOM monitoring packs?
Great question. So 20 years ago, I would have said that we wanted to be the underlying developer. Today, we want to be a go-to-market firm that is an enterprise software business focused on selling monitoring products.
So having a brand of Comtrade for
Absolutely. The Comtrade software brand needs to become synonymous with the really strong monitoring products that we build.
So why did you then sell the SCOM monitoring packs back to Citrix?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what happened is, as we started to do, we believe very firmly in building very strong partnerships. We have always been incredibly loyal to the partners that we monitor. So we began building an incredibly strong relationship with Citrix about 10 years ago as we were building these monitoring tools. We never touched VMware. We always focused on Citrix. We really focused on them as the market leader. As that relationship began to tighten, we developed a number of joint go-to-market strategy approaches. They started marketing us in the industry. They started going out and saying, we really believe fundamentally in Microsoft System Center Operations Manager, and we want our customers to have it. And over a number of years and throughout a number of different iterations in that relationship, they finally came to us and they said, look, the Microsoft relationship to us is incredibly important. We really would like to own this IP. Let's do a deal that's going to work really well for both companies. Obviously, as a private business, that acquisition now allows us to double down on our investments in the monitoring and backup arenas. So I think as a part of our transition, you can look at Comtrade software as almost Comtrade 2.0. It's post-acquisition, but we've learned a great deal about how to go to market with these great infrastructure vendors. And I think what you're going to see is that we're going to be able to reinvest that money in driving the Comtrade brand and driving really great products that I think are going to benefit the industry a great deal.
Or the short form, they made an offer they couldn't refuse.
Yeah. We're seeing me talking about Nutanix and F5 today. Are they investing in you at all, or are they paying you to? Is there any revenue coming, existing revenue coming directly from Nutanix and F5 to help develop the products to monitor them? Is there sort of that kind of relationship?
Yes, so I'll break that question down into two parts. So the short answer is that no, we do not receive any direct funds from Nutanix or from F5. The longer answer is that I think that both of those partners do invest very heavily in us through their own ecosystem partnering programs and alliance programs. So we really fundamentally believe that the key to our success as a monitoring provider is having a very strategic relationship with the target that we monitor.
And I suppose they're going to be doing a marketing job for you in big enterprises that want to use SCOM. Nutanix can say, for example, well, if you want to use SCOM for your monitoring, Comtrade happen to have a management pack.
Absolutely. And in fact, we've got a Nutanix representative here with us today who's going to be talking a little bit about those products as well.
No, thanks.
Thank you.